We did have a fantastic game in our opener with Eswatini winning in emphatic fashion, of course, against Madagascar, a team that has now returned to this tournament. It was Madagascar at first that opened up that scoreline with the goal coming from Rina. Of course, this is also a player who has been here before, back in 2019 with Madagascar, but it was Eswatini that returned with fine fashion. Just as the second half started, it was Eswatini that pulled one back, snipers there, and ensuring that they stay in it. But they were not done yet, as the captain also had her fair share of the score sheet and an emphatic goal she also had here. And this is how then things ended in the opening game, as Madagascar were just undone in that defensive line. And so it ended 2-1 to Eswatini, and so they start off their campaign in fine fashion, but now all eyes on a new look South African side up against Malawi. While the fans are packing up the stadium, they are all sitting in the shade, and rightly so, as already said, that it is scorching temperatures, but they have certainly come out in their numbers in anticipation for this game, of course, with Banyana Banyana, the WAFCON winners. But it's not the same players, it is a new team. But certainly fans are excited, as I can tell you that when the teams are warming up, the fans were screaming. And this is what is at stake, the COSAFA trophy. Banyana have lifted this 7 times. Malawi came close in 2021, but they lost out to Tanzania. So they are hoping to reclaim those glory days and finally win their first COSAFA trophy. But you look at the fans that are still coming in. They are all itching for this game in the afternoon. There's no local football today, right now in the afternoon. So this is what the fans are being served right now. And we are expecting more and more of them to fill out this stadium. But you look at now the two teams. Back in 2021, South Africa were knocked out by Malawi 3-2 in the semi-finals. But now Malawi is now the team that is looking to get their revenge and earn redemption at this tournament. And now this is the starting 11 of Banyana Banyana, a new look side for Desiree Ellis, because it is a full calendar. Right now the under-20s are busy with the FIFA World Cup qualifier, so there are no under-20s in her squad. There are no regular faces. Some of the faces from Mamelodi Sundowns team, none of them are here. This is a brand new look team for Banyana Banyana. So we certainly are expecting some scintillating football from some of them who are also looking to make their name for the national team. But what does it mean now for the Malawi squad as well? Malawi have kept the bulk of their squad from last year. The likes of Tabitha Chawinga, a player who was so crucial in 2021, is not here. The likes of Wezi Mvula, they are not here. But I can tell you now, the coach he has much in his arsenal. But to bring you this, of course, is Sizwe Mabena, the legendary. It is a massive game. Big 3 points up for grabs. Sizwe Mabena, take it away.
The most successful nation at the Hollywood-based COSAFA Women's Championship begins its quest to return to ruling Southern African football as host South Africa take on Malawi, whose best showing saw them finish losing finalists in a renewed rivalry at the Lucas Masterpieces Moriba Stadium in Atteridgeville, Tshwane, or Pretoria, whichever you like. Hello and welcome to the nation's capital here in South Africa on day 1 of a championship that promises many, or plenty I should say, in the way of goals, drama, and of course stories to tell for years going down the line. The South African flag out and proud here in Gauteng, as many hope to see South Africa get back to where they'll feel the South African national team should be, which is of course ruling Southern African football, but they'll know how tough it will be to get there, especially because of the youngsters that are coming out here in the new look Banyana squad. On the right of your picture, Malawi, of course, will be looking to give a good showing in what will prove to be quite a tough and rather interesting group that started off in the most entertaining of ways earlier on today. We will have a bit of a roster in both these nations, of course, getting the action underway here. The national anthems will be following soon. There's a list of dignitaries that will come out as well to officially open what should be a great championship in the year 2023. Well, the dignitaries coming out here, the Honourable Premier of Gauteng Province, Mr. Banyaza Yusufi, Mr. Artu de Almeida De Silva, the COSAFA President, Gauteng Province MEC of Sports, Ms. Masupia, the MMC Community and Social Development Service of the City of Tshwane, Councillor De Brain, SAFA President Dr. Denny Jordan, COSAFA Organizing Committee Chairman Mr. Timothy Shongwe, Mr. Charles Sama, Business Development Manager of Hollywood Bits. A long list of dignitaries. We've gone through them here as they go through the pre-match formalities here in firstly shaking hands with the away side here in Malawi, and they'll move on then to the officials and the South Africans here. And the ladies surely will be looking to get beyond this point and getting the action underway. And as far as our officials here, the nations of Namibia, Zambia, Mauritius, and Zimbabwe will be represented here. And those, of course, that will be looking to take charge of this game and ensure we get through a healthy 90 minutes. And as far as officiating it, they'll also be looking to have a good showing. And, of course, the young South African ladies that will be looking to, well, start what could be, for many of them, a career going forward in the right direction in as far as representing a country that has, in recent times, of course, enjoyed a good run on the international stage, as far going as the continent and the World Cup as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go for the Squad of Malawi.
Looking to increase the game for women and for our boys, because football is very important to change lives. So we are very happy to have support from the government of Gauteng, for our Minister of Sport of South Africa. So I have to congratulate and to say thanks to dignitaries who are present on this tournament. I'm talking about also our partner, big partner we have in COSAFA. Our SAFA President, Danny Jordan, represented by the Vice President here. Also, I have to congratulate my Vice President Ali. Mr. Timothy Shong is our chairman of competition. I would like to say also to all government present here, government of Gauteng, that we are very happy, and let's continue, because the future of football is also in Gauteng. Thank you very much for all of you, ANC of Gauteng, people from the Minister of Sports, people from the Minister of Culture,
Councillor Esther Masugu, the COSAFA President, Mr. Arthur Almeida de Silva, the SAFA President, Mr. Mulif Oliphant, the COSAFA Organizing Committee Chairperson, Mr. Timothy Shongwe, Hollywood Bets Business Development Manager, Mr. Charles Zama, representatives of all participating countries, I greet you all. Today marks the beginning of the prestigious event that we are proud to be part of as a city, and we are grateful to the COSAFA executive for choosing the city to be the co-host. In June this year, we hosted a beautiful event to recognize women who are doing a sterling job in sport, to encourage them to continue with their good work. Today, we are kicking off a women's international tournament in the city which resonates with the said objectives. We are aware of and appreciate the important role that this tournament has played in the development and rise of women's football across the SADC region, and have also provided the platform which has led to the qualification of South Africa to the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup in France, as well as the qualification of South Africa, Botswana and Zambia to the 2022 WAFCON, and subsequent qualification by South Africa and Zambia to the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023, hosted in Australia and New Zealand. This is quite commendable, and we are glad to be part of this achievement. Even in the smallest way, we are able to, as demonstrated by our support for one of our important programs called Dlala Ntombazana Women's Development Program, which has contributed to the development of the likes of Robin Moodley, who was part of the Banyana team that won the WAFCON. Further to this, our sports and recreation strategy is explicit on the importance and need of hosting major sporting events that will bring the necessary economic relief to the local community, in particular, as part of local economic development. Our Premier, Panyaza Lesufi, has been vocal since assuming office in stating the intention of his administration to actually develop sport in our country. And we as the city of Tshwane, we will therefore support such initiatives in making sure that sport is actually developed. With these words, I would like to actually welcome you all. I hereby declare that this 2023 edition of the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Women's Championship officially opened. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's all stand the competition of the Malawi. And now, the Commissioner of Salvatore.
So the South African side led by Desiree Ellis looking to, well, add championship number 8 to the long list. This a nation that's won South Africa this tournament since 2002. They did it again in 2008 and then 2006. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. It's been a couple of editions now since they've at last had glory, and they will start with both the Shamase twins, of course, making the starting 11 here and included on the front side or the sharp end of the South African attack. Watch out for Mokoena as well as Smith in the midfield areas here. They look to dominate the midfield battle then, whilst Masehlo as well as Nguna will of course look to have a good showing, or Rasehlo and Nguna I should say, will look to have a good showing in the heart of defence in protecting the goalkeeper. Well, it's time. Now, the match referee here, Antino Wanyanyugwa from Namibia, assisted by Diana Chikotesha from Zambia, as well as Wendy Ramboro from Mauritius, the fourth official Grace, or Chimo Grace from Zimbabwe. Now, looking at Malawi, they will look to Tom as well as Temwa out in the attacking areas, of course, to cause as much problems as they can in unsettling the South African defence. James and Nguluwe will look to battle it out with Mokoena and Smith in the middle of the park, whilst Madise and Nyirenda will run things in the heart of defence. So the Malawian ladies here looking for a good start to the tournament here, and no better way to start the tournament to ensure they come up with a huge upset, and it would be seen as a huge upset if they are able to get the better of this South African side here. So many new faces here. A few of them may be suffering from a case of the nerves here and are trying to ensure that they begin and continue in what will be a successful run in as far as the future of South African football is concerned here. Losing finalists with South Africa last year, Desiree Ellis, of course, back to positioning as far as the COSAFA Championship is concerned as being the lead coach for South Africa, with Coach Sipiwe having led the charges last time around. Lovemore Fazile, the man in charge of this Malawi side that is looking to put their best foot forward and make quite a statement by trying to walk away with the important win over South Africa in trying to establish a good grounding in starting off their adventure